Hello, good evening. It is Friday. I have this task I need to do. This is an unplanned live. Welcome to Shawnee. I really have got to get these seeds organized. So that's kind of why I'm here. I have two of these and I've got some piles of seeds loose and I need to get these things organized the way I want them organized to then be able to plant them and be on time, of course. But also, I have a future live stream that I want to do about creating a garden. And I feel like I need to have this done before I can talk about creating and writing my plan and my blueprint. So here we are. Team Replay, how do you organize your seeds? Tell us in the comments below. The supplies needed for this task. I have a calendar. So just like this kind of calendar that once you have a planting calendar built, you just use that same one every year. Unless you have to fine tune like when something goes in the ground. So I just copied last year's, and if I have notes in it, I'll adjust as I go. You have to have your seeds. I think I'm only going to get the vegetables and fruits. Like, I have one bin just for flowers, and I really don't think I'm going to get the flowers organized. I have a Sharpie. I have empty containers to put seeds in and label how, what, why. I have a notebook and a pen because I'm assuming there's something missing and I'm going to have to order it or go get it. And I want to be able to write that down. So my first month that I have to think about seeds is February. And that's going to be starting seeds indoors. So I'm going to take my Sharpie. Oh, Mike's chaotic. Let me go back to the chat. Let's see. Somebody's here. Mike's chaotic gardening. Hello. Storms, radios, and cats. Hello. Uh, I just was gonna hang out by myself in my bedroom to organize seeds, and South Florida Sunshine was going to reschedule her live stream, and I thought, well, maybe I shall do this live. So here we are hanging out. Gear Grinded 19, good evening. Good to see you. We're going to organize some seeds, and I think I'm only going to get fruits and veggies done. I really don't think I'm going to make it long enough to do all the flowers too. So maybe we'll do a part 2. Let me know if anybody wants to come up here. You can ask me and I'll think about it. So February, I have to write that on the box. And I'm planting these indoors. So I'm writing indoors. And this really stinks. They make a Sharpie that doesn't smell so bad. Gear says organize the marigolds and zinnias. Remind me at the end. I could just pull out those. Those might already be organized. I don't even know. So marigolds and zinnias I direct sow after frost. Threats of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I think I've tried starting them indoors and I just don't have room or patience. You know what I mean? So for February on our grow list, I have leeks, long day onions, celery on the list for seeds. I do have ginger and sweet potato listed, but we're just talking about seeds right now. So what I have to do is go through the old stuff first, which I did. I have these leeks. This is a King Richard leek. I don't even know if I'm supposed to start these indoors. Oh, yeah, okay. It does say recommended 8 to 10 weeks before your average last frost. Cool, okay. Celery, your tried and true, your classic, your strong, Utah tall. And I'm pretty sure that the reason these failed for me last year was a whole bunch of reasons. I'm not even going to get into that. So I had to buy starts, and I want to avoid that. I want to start these seeds myself. So those go into the box. Now I also have to quickly look through stuff I ordered, which is in categories and alphabetical order, to be honest with you. So I'll go into the veggies because I'm looking for leeks, long day onions, celery. Heavens Fire 18! I met you earlier. Thanks for stopping by. This is an unplanned live about me trying to get my life together and organize my seeds for the gardening year. Because eventually in the future, I want to have a live stream where we actually talk about the thought process of creating a garden, laying it out, drawing it out, what goes where. And I kind of got to get this part done first because I'm probably going to have to order something. Mike's says, I transplant leeks, etc. Gina from inside. They do way better than direct sow for me. All right. Mike is also in Minnesota, Heavens Fire. So I'm looking through my alphabetized seeds I bought for the things I mentioned. There is a celery in here, but we're going to plant the oldest one first. This is also Utah Tall, just from a different company. And I'm not seeing any onions in here. So guess what that means? Right out of the bat, I need to put on the buy list long day onions. And I'm sure I have a paper in my notebook or clipboard for gardening what type of long day onions I was going to try, because I usually do a yellow, a red, and maybe another one. So onions, because we're getting organized, guys. Yes, Heaven's Fire 18 is up in Hibbing. Mike never typed Gina. Wow, it's in there. It's right there. So it's supposed to read, let's do this and talk. I transplant leeks from inside. They do way better than direct sow. You're also, Mike, the one that said that you start your onions in like December. And I don't even have onion seeds, clearly. So I'm behind already, it feels like. My schedule says start them in February. So I'm going to put them in the February box when they get here, but I might start them as soon as they get here. So that's done. Should I put it in the bin? I'm using photo containers, photo case, photo containers, I believe they're called. There's all sorts of ways to buy them. Amazon, craft stores. I didn't put any links in this description because this was a very unplanned. Yes, about the onions. Okay. Unplanned live. Oops, I bumped the mic. Sorry. Turning the page to March. Going to my box. Taking my Sharpie. Writing March. And I know we're not putting anything outside in March, so I'm writing indoors. And I'm looking at my calendar to see. Mike is saying that he's 5 minutes from downtown Minneapolis. Storms, rails, and cats. This organizing thing hurts my head. I'm very disorganized. Yeah, it doesn't come naturally to all beings. People, what's the March? Broccoli, cabbage, for sure, I have listed. So when I'm talking about broccoli and cabbage, I want the spring varieties, because sometimes when you're thinking about like the fall garden, I might have a different variety scheduled for that. So I know for sure based on my memory, and I wrote it on the top for cabbage for spring, I do Tiara. It's a 63-day cabbage. So the reason why is I want it quick and fast. It's a smaller head because I don't want it in the ground when it's the heat of summer. So this for sure goes in here, and I feel like there's a good enough seed in here. Richard, morning to ya. Heavens Fire 18. I don't do rush hour traffic. Yeah, I know. I live in a small town. Oh, Mike, I organized my seeds in 20 photo cases by type. Yesterday was an awesome day. Do you want to share more about that? I am organizing my seeds by when they get planted. So I'm going to keep looking in the old seeds for the ones I've listed so far. We're on March, broccoli and cabbage. And then I'm going to go to my new seed and see if I have any new seed that goes in the same category. Heaven's Fire 18. My aunt and uncle live in New Hope. Cool. What am I looking for? Broccoli and cabbage. What's in this pile? Kohlrabi, pak choi cabbage. That's probably not. Would that be on this list? It says it's 55 days. This other one says it's 63 days. Maybe I should start it. This just comes from a local seed house. You should buy your seeds local and save your own seeds when you can. What does this look like? No, these are kind of supposed to be alphabetical. Herbs. I think the side is full. Let's go to here. Oh, okay, so I did find cabbage, but the cabbage I found, I should show you probably. That's more fun, right? Whoa, look who found me. Miss Sharon, thank you. Thank you for joining me for this random pop-up live to get my life together and organize some seeds. It looks like a plastic container. Sure is. Okay, so this cabbage is called Copenhagen. So this is actually going to be planted for the fall. So I would start it in the summer and plant it in the fall because it makes a nice big storage head. And then Red Acre is also a cabbage that I have in here. And this again is a fall cabbage. So right now I'm working on March, which is not fall. So it's going to stay in its little place right here. And I'm looking, B and C is what I'm on. So this is done. I don't need to look in here no more. It's looking like I gotta hunt for the broccoli. It's not where I thought it would be. We can't just move on without... Can't skip a step. An hour and a half north of Duluth. Duluth is a wonderful place. Scott, welcome to the party. We're just trying to get my seed life together. We're gonna do fruits and veggies. Is this all lettuce? This is all lettuce. Probably not gonna make it long enough to do the flowers. Where would broccoli be, you guys? Do I have to buy some? Maybe it's in this thing. Maybe it was planted. Oh my god, there's seeds falling out. These look like a bunch of greens and kohlrabi and cauliflower. Oh, what do we got here? This might be what I need. Here's another cabbage, but this I plant in the fall. Chinese cabbage, Golden Beauty. That's a fall. So we're not putting that in the... This is old seed, it looks like. I might just microgreen that and buy new. It was a broccoli type, but I don't know if I want that type. I think it was Waltham. That's not the right word, is it? No, it wasn't at all. Calabrese. So far, all I found was this one. This is a Chinese broccoli called Yodfa, 55 days to maturity. It's a cross between asparagus and broccoli, only sweeter. It's an easy-to-grow broccoli-like plant. It boosts good heat resistance. So I could plant this in the spring, and if it's in the ground in the summer, it might not bolt. I feel like that's a win, but I'm still going to write on my shopping list because as we're doing this, we must keep track. So we're going to put a spring. My son would really like me to be successful at broccoli, so I have to try. You want to try the Yodfa? Well, we're going to try it. Okay, so I'm going to say we're still on March. Lemon balm, hyssop, oregano. See, this is where I have to make a decision. Am I starting herbs too? Or am I just doing veggies and I'm direct sowing herbs and just risking it? Asian greens and kohlrabi comes up in March, it says. Okay, so I just saw kohlrabi. And again, there's a spring and a fall one. So I have to get the right... Here we go. So this is called Quick Star kohlrabi, and this is my spring variety for fresh eating. It says it's 37 days. The one that would be for fall would be one that gets a little bigger, or it just has the verbiage of storage. It's a storage kohlrabi. Now, I think if we go back to our last live about storing things, it was like maybe 2 months it stores. And it feels like there's a good amount of seed in here, so that's going in March. Do I see if I have any purchased kohlrabi? Yeah, of course. That's the point of this. I don't think I do, though. No. And did I go through all the old seed? This one's called Early White Vienna. Early means spring to me. This seed is 2 years old. There's a purple Vienna kohlrabi. I think we're adding all that to... My controller keeps falling down for my mic. I'm sorry if that's making a noise. Okay, so Storm says, I need to find the magic for growing broccoli. It's one plant I have trouble with. I grew it in a 5-gallon bucket just fine once, and then ever since I tried to grow it in the ground, it hates me. Miss Sharon says, yes, all the herbs. I have to think about my growing space. I have to look at my plan. So what I do is I go, okay, how many kohlrabi do I want to put in the ground to eat? I need to like plant more than that because things happen, and I'm going to go over that in the live where we talk about planting our garden. So I have to factor in how many grow lights and space I have, and then come back, and if there's room I could do herbs, because I also might have to start some cut flowers inside. So I don't know. Richard says I keep my seeds in an ice cream container in the fridge. I've got baggies in the freezer. David the Good is a wonderful channel. You should check him out if you don't know David the Good. He has a refrigerator dedicated to just seeds. It's like all seeds in his fridge. So, yep, you're doing just fine. Yeah, herbs direct sow. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna mess around with indoor space for that. Ely. Mike's Kid at Gardening. I know a lady who does the same, Richard, and she's a master gardener, so probably good. Yeah, it's totally good. Are we talking about the good broccoli? Yes, David the Good is who I'm talking about. Fantastic information. I have a lot of his books. He is a wonderful gardener, and it's enjoyable to listen to him talk, even though he's not in my growing area. Parsley and basil definitely does best direct sown. Yeah, I got to get some parsley established out there at the offsite garden because, I mean, I have some established here, but I'm not going to live here forever in this house. And parsley does really good in the winter and comes up, makes pretty flowers. I just want it established out there for sure. Seed vaults are all kept cold. Yep, correct. What's that one called, Mike? That's for the world. On task. What are we doing again? Was I searching for more kohlrabi? I think that was this one. Asian greens. Focus, Shawnee. Focus. I have tatsoi, which I think I have a short about this. I had a short that talked about plants I'm never growing again, but included in that, I gave a suggestion of what I will grow as a substitute. And so I think this was the one to, instead of growing spinach, I'll grow tatsoi. I'm reading the directions. Doesn't have anything cool to say, but it's going in March. This is called Shijumitsa. I think that's how you say it. It's a cross between tatsoi and komatsuna. I think I have komatsuna too, and if not, I gotta write it down. It's fun to have other greens. Bok choy. That says fall. That's not a fall. Fall. Storage number 4, green cabbage. That's for fall. Collard greens. I don't know if I can do collard greens. I'd like grow it for a chop and drop. I have some because I thought I could be a collard greens gal, but I'm not sure my northern blood will allow it. Be honest with you. Okay, so what did I say? Is it komatsuna that I didn't show? I'm going to put that on the buy list. Komatsuna. It's another fun green to have. In March, the next line in my calendar is talking about yarrow, chamomile, lemon mint, lovage, lemon balm, hyssop, oregano. I said that. Toothache plant, wormwood, feverfew stalk. These are all flowers. Lamb's ear, bergamot, dusty miller, celosia, coxcomb. I'm not focusing on flowers right now. Sorry. So we're going to close up the March indoor schedule and stick it in a home here. Okay. Turn the page to April. Labeled the box. Open the marker. There we go. April indoor still. And then there is going to be outdoor. So indoor. And when I get to outdoor, I got to find a box and empty it because they all have seeds in them. So for indoor, it talks about hot and sweet peppers. Mike, we're going to talk about peppers. Here we go. These are the hot ones, I think, first. Let's check to see what we got in here. In the chat. I gotta figure out where I was at. We talked about the seed vault. Oh, Storms has the answer. Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Richard talks about planted a bed with red and green cabbage. One day I was amazed at all the white butterflies. Uh-oh. They'll leave little green caterpillars and they'll eat your crop. Diva in the dirt. Hello. To my Get My Life Organized seed organizing impromptu pop-up live party. Yeah, I don't think I can do the collard greens. I'll grow it for a chop and drop. Yes, the white butterflies ate the cabbage, lettuce. Yes, they aren't our friend. Yay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, you should do that, everybody. You should hit the like for me. Yay, peppers. Okay, woohoo, seed party. Yeah, and I already have 3 things on the list of you should buy it. Why didn't you buy that? Buy it. So, poblano is something that is fun fresh. It's fun pickled. It's fun to let it fully mature, smoke it, dry it, store it as a whole dried pepper, and then reconstitute it, rehydrate it. How do you say that with peppers? Rehydrate, make into a sauce, grind it up, dried as a powder for a spice. Mike, remind me what this is called in the dried version. Like all the peppers have a name, and then when you dry it, it turns into a different name. But I don't remember. So we should start that. Yep. Okay. Pepper de til might be how you say that. This is a blazing hot, blunt little 3.5-inch fruit that is vicious heat. So when I go to plant these and start them, I probably just want 1 plant. So I'll probably start 3 seeds and hope I get 1 plant. Sugar Rush Peach. Look at how beautiful that is. Long peach colored fruit, super sweet, tropical flavor with a smoky complex heat. So maybe we need 2 of those for sure to eat. So we gotta plant 5 probably to get to. Heaven's Fire 18 says, I love collard greens, but I didn't grow up eating them. Yeah, they were definitely not on the menu at my house. Getting good tips and places to visit. Yeah, on YouTube. Tammy Harder, welcome to the seed party. Good evening, everyone. Ancho chili probably is the correct answer because I'm not Googling it. Y'all can Google it. I think it's ancho chili. Good to see everybody here. Okay, next, Hungarian hot wax. pepper to start inside for me in April. I think that one's self-explanatory. We have a little cayenne. We just need one. And these are good to dry. We just need one little pepper plant, so we'll have to start like 3 seeds to make sure we get... I don't know why I have this. It probably was given to me. Habanero Caribbean Red. I don't even think I want to grow this, but I will put it in the options to start in April, and ask myself that then. This says it's called Bottle Rocket. I think this is the same as the cayenne. This is 2 years old. We'll just throw it in there. And then these are duplicates. This is poblano and this is Hungarian wax. I have an early jalapeno that is 5 years old. Mike, if jalapeno seeds are 5 years old, should I buy new seed? Please tell me so I know if I need to put it on my seeds to buy list. Cayenne always prolific too. Right, like the one bush is out. Collards weren't on our table either. I'm even more northern, but my heritage says I do. And I do like them? Wow. I love peppers more the better. Caribbean red, just another name for a bonnet. Okay. Let me know if I need to buy new jalapeno seeds. These are 5 years old. Waiting for you to answer. Oh, I have other peppers we can talk about. These are more exciting to me. I'm not a big spicy gal, but I gotta grow a little bit of spice for stuff. Oh, this one's kind of low. So now I'm on like the more sweeter peppers. This is called the Lutschauer paprika pepper. So the reason I want to grow this is for it to fully mature, and then I can smoke it on the grill, finish dehydrating it, drying it in a dehydrator, and store it whole. And then when I need it, you blitz it in a blender, grind it up for a spice for paprika. Okay. Tammy says, I am Norwegian and I think ketchup is spicy, but my German hubby likes hot peppers. That's okay. So my husband likes hot peppers, but I have to cough. Hold on. He has GERD all of a sudden now in his age, and so he cannot eat a ton of hot peppers. So we have to be nitpicky on like how many we put in his body at one time. You think they should be fine? Okay. Yeah, like plant more than I think. Caribbean reds aren't that hot. Okay, good to know. Yeah, it had the word habanero on it, so I was like, ooh. You've never had issues with an old jalapeno seed. If you only get one old to germinate, you'll get 1,000 seeds back. Hey, yeah, this has... I can't show you the packet. Like, I have to go like this because it has my information on it. It's a good amount of seeds where if I just get one, then we're good. So I talked about the paprika. This is a Varsky. Whoop. So this is a pepper that I want to mature and smoke on the grill and dry and store whole for a spice. And I could eat it fresh as well. You mix cayenne with ketchup for fried potato. Jeez, spicy. Big red bell. Sorry, I cleared my throat in your ear. I apologize. We gotta have some bell peppers for salads, right? Sunbright bell. You got a pack of that from a friend. You should tell me. Oh, here's the answer. I was like, which one? Awarski. Highly rated, it says. From the from the gardening groups I hang around in. Garden Like a Viking had a post about anaerobic decomposition. Wow, amazing fertilizer. He has all kinds of fun tips. I can't wait for him to write a book. This is a sweet pepper called Orange Sun. I would like a colorful basket. So we've got red, orange, yellow, green peppers. I did do a water bath canned sweet pepper relish one year, and it's fun to add to a crock pot or Instapot with a beef roast, as well as garden like cherry tomatoes. Oh, Carmen. Carmen is like Italian frying pepper, I think they call it. You can eat it what do you call it when it's not mature yet? I was gonna say raw, but it's raw both times. Immature? I don't know. Nassau is another, I believe it's an Italian frying pepper. So it's like long shaped instead of bell shaped sweet pepper. They have a thicker, do they have a thicker skin wall? Oh, this one. Is there enough in here? I might have to buy some of these. Shishito. Who pan fries shishitos? Raise your hand. I'm just gonna put it on the list because I don't want to not. Sometimes some of these peppers I could get as a local start. Like, let's say something bad happens to these. Some of these I can go buy a start, but like the Avarsky, the Luchar paprika, they don't sell those at the greenhouse here. K Renee's garden, welcome. We are trying to get my seeds organized here. Right now we're doing peppers, and I have to start peppers indoors in April in my grow lights station. So what I do is I mark the month and that it is an indoor thing. And we're only focusing on vegetables and fruits because I don't think I have time to do flowers tonight, to be honest with you. Because flowers, I have a whole nother, this is all flowers. And this is all flowers. And this is all flowers. So flowers shall be part 2, or I'll do it without you guys. Put this away. Where should it go? Empty case. Was that all for April indoor? The thing's like full. Those are all flowers. I'm reading my calendar. Oh, okay. Nope, that wasn't it. I have more. I don't know if I can shove them in this one. I might have to start another one. We still have more indoor stuff to start. I have basil, tomatoes, and ground cherries wrote down, but here's the deal with ground cherries. I actually had bought a starter plant from the farmer's market, planted it, and had successful ground cherries. And now I've been told that I will have volunteers because those are the ground cherries. You can't get them all. Some of them are in the dirt and they all have seeds in them. So I'm just going to assume I'm going to have volunteers pop up and not start any seeds. Basil, I'm probably just going to direct sow this year. But the tomatoes, I can't not start the tomatoes. So we shall talk about that. Maybe. Where are you? Tomatoes? Well, I know I bought some, so I know where those are. But the dealio is you have to go through your old seed. Oh, it was in the wrong spot. First, you have to go through your old seed first. Gear, always have time for flowers. I have to do a prep day tomorrow. 1 in 10 shishito hot. Laugh out loud pepper roulette. Oh, Diva says I didn't care for shishito. They were kind of bitter. Yeah, like pan fried with garlic and soy sauce at the end, I think is how. And then you just take the whole bite. Never had it, but you're game for it. They're really prolific. Like they bush out and make a ton of shishitos. It's good to see everybody on this Friday. Oh, you're away from keyboard? Okay. You're probably just going to buy tomato starts from the Amish again. That is a wonderful idea. I encourage anyone and everyone to just buy starts from a good source because starting from seed is extra work. So I'm going to try and quickly go through tomatoes, but tomatoes could take up a bit of time here. And I have to decide when I'm growing. Am I growing this one? These are the old seeds, and then I have new seeds for tomatoes, so I have to make decisions here. Well, I always grow lemon boy for my husband because the yellow tomato doesn't upset his GERD. It's a low acid tomato, but it doesn't freeze well. Like, you know how you can freeze tomatoes and then deal with them later? It doesn't freeze well. Cherokee purple I always grow, but they are finicky. They have great flavor, but man, do they split easily. But we grow them every year. I have to figure out what paste tomato I'm going to do. I think I bought a new one, so I'm going to set that aside. Sun Golds are a beautiful cherry tomato. It's the orange one. I'm going to add that. This is a grape-sized tomato called Purple Bumblebee, so it's just a smaller version of the Cherokee Purple. These have been known to do good with, I think it's called fermenting them. Dr. Witchy's yellow. I'll probably grow that again. I had a bad tomato year last year for 100 different reasons I'm not going to get into, but ooh, this one's always pretty. This one lasted a while too, after the season was done, and I had it in the house. Barry's Crazy Cherry. Slicer. Oh, Aggrappioli d'inverno is a vine that you can bring the whole vine in the winter, and the tomatoes last a while. I still have some in the kitchen, and it's January. So I gotta grow that again. Let's see what the new ones are, because now I'm like, how many tomatoes are we planting, Shawnee? You know? We opening up a stand and selling things? Tomato, 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 tomato. That's all tomatoes that we're planting for sure. See, it's already getting out of hand, you guys. Oh my goodness. So I know I want to plant these because I just bought them. Beefy purple bush tomato. So we'll see if this outperforms Cherokee purple. You got to have your classic beefsteak. These are ones that I would find in a greenhouse near me. Beefsteak are what people want at the farmer's market. San Marzano, I think, is going to be what we do for our paste tomato. Hopefully it performs well for my area. There's two of those. Ooh, look at this one. This is what I mean by yellow. This one's called pork chop. So this is the yellow tomatoes that I haven't grown this one before, but like the lemon boy, I know for sure my husband can eat and it doesn't hurt him so much. I think I'm going to cut it off there for the tomato category because it's a little like thick. Okay, that's interesting. Hold on. I don't know where we are. This is where we are. Okay. You grew a bell pepper, only had one pepper, cooked it with mashed potatoes and mixed vegetables inside. Oh, like you stuffed it? Dearly wife loved it. Motivation for a garden, growing food for the loved ones. Absolutely. Diva does the Italian pear tomato, the nonas, and I'm pretty sure I have some of those seeds. Let me write a side note, get the nonas out. Because remember I had that devastation situation, I didn't even get to try one. Okay, I made a note. Have you tried, hold on. Okay, have you tried teaspoon tomatoes? I just recently heard about them. Are they the little ones that are like itty bitty tiny? Because I would not like that. There's a few, what are they called? Just some families, I don't know, that love having that as a snack. They just go out and pick those, if it's what I'm thinking about. Gear says purple Cherokee, Roma, and super sweet 100 cherry tomato. How did the tomato seeds I sent you do? Oh, yeah. So none of the tomatoes I grew did well because I had a bad, just quickly, this short story. I had a bad seed starting soil mix catastrophe. I had life happen. I had planted things and stuff started disappearing. I had planted things in not full sun because I didn't know that this land that I was on didn't have full sun right there. I had a soil issue because of heavy spring rains compacting clay and black soil. They didn't have enough air in the soil and the roots weren't spreading out right. And then like kids are trampling through stuff. I didn't get one. I didn't get to eat one. So I'm pretty sure I did not plant them all because who does that? I think I can start some more. Barry's Crazy Cherry wouldn't stop producing for me the one year I grew them. Took a hard freeze to stop them. Yeah, exactly. Barry's crazy, all right. I should be getting royalties for that tomato name. Okay, so this is what I saw when I was like, what? Don't care for San Marzano. I've grown Roma, Amish. I tried to grow San Marzano 1 year here, but it was in the back and there's not enough sun. Lemon yellow. Life does get rough. Hugs to all who are having rough times. Yes, hugs. I don't really like big tomatoes. Early girls are perfect. Early girls are so common in Minnesota because what am I doing? You get them, I hope that was it for indoor. You get them right away and they'll keep producing until frost. I'm looking at my calendar again. I think we're on outdoor seeds now that I have to hunt down. So this was just the indoor. April's got a lot of work. You see all that? All the stuff I got to do? April is a busy month in life already, and like the gardening life is insane. Okay. New container that's empty. Marker. April. Outdoors. Now, when we're talking outdoors, I'm going to get specific with how and what and why in a future live. Right now, we're just organizing seeds. Diva says I can't actually eat grape tomatoes. They'll make me gag. And bad things will happen. Tammy says last year my tomatoes were terrible too. I'm hoping for a much better season. Yeah, mine were not at all what I imagined that they were going to be. Let's just read the list before I get lost. Seed outdoors, beets, carrots, my spring carrots. Again, like I have stuff for the spring, stuff for the fall. Stuff I grow in the fall might be quicker, might be bigger, might be for storage. So the spring is a different thing. Kale. This is talking about putting kohlrabi, lettuce, peas, potatoes. I'm not putting a potato in here. Radish. Transplant outdoors, the onions. Seed outdoors, direct sow, turnips, parsnips. We probably are not growing those. Okay, so back to the beets. I know where those are. Did I buy any? Oh, I did. First we go through the old seed. Then we go through the new seed. So for the old seed for beets that I'm direct sowing outdoors in April, we have the Cylindra beet. The purpose of the Cylindra beet for me is to juice it. Here is another beet we are going to direct sow in April is bull's blood. We shall grill that one. And then in the new seed purchase, I know I have a beet sitting here, and this one's really pretty. It's a blend, actually. So check that out. I know the golden beets are delicious. Does this tell me the names? Okay, it says Detroit Dark Red, Chigoya has pink and white. Golden is the yellow. So that's in the direct sow list. Before I get lost, what do we got? Good morning, Guardian Prepping. I'm just trying to get my vegetable and fruit seeds in a month planting order, indoor, outdoor order. So eventually I can do a live stream and talk about how do we plant our garden in the first place. I kind of want to have this done, and I need to get seeds started soon. So February. And then I have a notebook because there's stuff missing that I need to order. Andrews, Northwest Coins, good evening. So good to see you here. Thanks for hanging out. Hello, hello. Okay, now I can move to carrots. Which carrot am I planting in the spring? I'm supposed to look at old seed first, Shawnee, not the new seed. The new seed's what I for sure want to grow, but I gotta go through the old seed first. This is not it. This is a funny story, I'm pretty sure. So, in case you're wondering, this is what 10 million carrot seeds package looks like. You heard me. 10 million. It says 10M carrot seeds. I did this on accident because sometimes ordering things online is hard. This produced the most carrot I had. Is it because I planted very freely? Probably. It's called hybrid early carrots. It doesn't tell me what I paid. I don't remember what I paid. So we're going to plant that again because, I have extra seed in there. I didn't plant 10 million of them last year, but I'm going to try a new method. Originally, the channel name was Quebec Homestead, but it's called Her Eco Life. And she has a carrot planting video where she puts it in a cornstarch slurry in like a bag, like you're gonna make frosting, and does the in the trench like that. I want to try that. It seems like the spacing is mwah. And then I use the board method. So I wet the soil and I put a board on top and I just check it every day. Water it if it's dry, but the board keeps it from drying out in the sun and baking. And so once those seeds germinate, then I take the board off and then they're free to go. Just still keep them watered. Do you think this is for spring? Ooh, this one's for juicing. There's seeds all over this box, but they're not carrot seeds. They look like dill seeds. Oh, those are fall carrots. We're just doing spring right now. Let's talk about this for a second. Juicing carrot. It's an 8 to 9 inch long carrot. Well, I've never grown a carrot that big, but I've got big goals this year. So put it in this direct sow April pile. I think this one and New Kuroda and Kyoto Red are for fall because I think I wanted to make kimchi with these, but I didn't have good luck. I didn't plant them in the right fall time because I never got a carrot. So that would not be right now. And then I have to look at, I think I bought a carrot over here in this pile. So, garden prepping. I know I'm always talking about new plants in the food forest, but I got tons of pineapple heads from a trash can this morning and a huge dragon fruit plant, but no idea what species it is. That is amazing. Like, for free? Andrew had some good meals today. Fresh fried reindeer liver for lunch and dinner, reindeer heart and tongue. What were the sides, or is it just that was it? Yum, that sounds nice. Guardian Prepping says enough random seeds at the bottom of the box for a seed bomb. Yeah, that's what we're gonna, or just microgreens. Just throw them all in a tray and eat them. My seed box has seeds in the bottom and it might have spilled out when I moved them to the new place. Oops, it happens. Happy New Year, Andrew. I'm so glad you're here. Seal oil with sides. Oh, right, okay. So you're full and ready to, I don't know, maybe you have energy, maybe you want to sleep. I'm not sure. I'm not even going to guess. Oh, there's 2 carrots in here, but I don't know if I was going to put them in the spring or the fall, so let's do some reading. This is this says Kuroda on it, which we just talked about. I have a Kyoto Red. It's heat resistant, so it could be going in the ground in the summer and it should be okay. Maybe I'll put that in the plant in the April. Scarlet Nantes, these are a classic because, like I said, if you know that you have trouble growing an 8 to 9 inch carrot, just grow a shorter carrot. I'm going to put these in the spring because I am a carrot loving family. I literally need to plant more carrots than I have room for. Oops, I'm not done yet. Okay, outdoors. This box is full. This is the outdoor box for April. Kohlrabi, lettuce, peas, radish. Okay, let's see here. I think I forgot what I was doing. Maybe I was looking for the lettuce. That's what it was. Ha, okay. That's not it. There was a box that had just lettuce in it. Where did it go? Because this says it's basil. So that means this is herbs? I think there might be a lettuce in here. Okay, the basil threw me off. Lettuce, 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 lettuce. Yeah. So this will just label April outdoor. April outdoor. Let's go over what lettuce varieties we shall do. And you always want a succession show, which we'll talk about when we do our live stream about how to plant a garden. So I love the Selenovas, and I actually do buy not all the time, but this is a pelleted seed. So what that means is it's covered in a clay so you can plant it easier. See if I can show this to you guys. So inside inside of that clay ball is the lettuce seed. So that one was called green Salanova. This is a red Salanova. Here's a Azrilla leaf lettuce. It's fun to have different colors and textures. And then there's a mesclun mix. Different leaf shapes. And I probably bought some lettuce. Let's check the bought pile. Maybe not. Oh, kale is in here. That was on our list, wasn't it, guys? Yeah. Lasanato dinosaur kale is the one I like planting. So that goes on the let's plant outdoors in April box. Not this though, not the basil. What else did I say? Okay, please consider hitting like. Yes, thank you, Guardian Prepping, for that reminder. Andrew says, was going to go back in my big walk-in freezer and sawing and cut a reindeer carcass. Well, you got a lot of work to do, it sounds like. Chef Deck 86, you're on late. Too much coffee? I actually have not been drinking coffee. I gave that up for health purposes. No, I just had this task of organizing my seeds, and there was a opportunity to do that with all of you all, or do it alone in my bedroom, and I chose to invite you guys. So we're just gonna do veggies and fruits because I'm not gonna have time for flowers. I'll probably fall asleep before that. My walk-in freezer outside, all natural. Mike is back. We're still in April, Mike. I didn't get very far. I'm going to go to bed, head out. Oh, Diva, I'm going to head out. Time to call my mom. Have a good night, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Yes, Diva in the Dirt is live tomorrow night. We're going to talk about fun stuff. Haven't seen her in a while. Tammy says, New Year's goal, make my veggies grow and look as good as the package it came in. I know, right? It is a great goal, Tammy. Yes. Have a good night, Diva. Pelleted is evil. Yeah, I don't have a lot of pelleted seed. That was that example. I bought that seed. Did it say when? Usually it says packaged for a date. I don't know. There's so much tiny writing. I won't say that what that clay encased seed looks like, but it's only legal in some states. Oh. I'm still finding pelleted carrot seed in my soil 3 years. What? No way. Well, that is interesting. Andrew says the team my son on, they won the football game. Oh, yeah, that you had ice football on a live on your channel, and they won. Yes, having them look good and taste good. Sometimes you grow something and it's bitter. You're like, why? What? Ever make your own seed tape? I've seen Pinball Preparedness make seed tape, and I don't think I'm a fan of it. Do you make seed tape? Heaven's Fire 18, homegrown watermelon is my favorite fruit to grow. That is amazing. I have a goal. I need to keep paying attention to what I should be doing though too. I have a goal to start a whole new patch just for watermelon. This is radish, French breakfast radish. This cord going in the seed outdoors April time. Peas, because our family eats a lot of watermelon, and if I could grow some, that would be amazing. So for peas, same kind of plan. There's a spring variety and a fall variety. The spring variety, I can grow a tall. It can put as much infrastructure on as it wants because it has all the time in the world. But in the fall, I want it to grow now. I want it to be a short dwarf variety because I want the peas quick before the snow comes. So I'm trying to remember. This doesn't have the writing on it. Pretty sure Iona. Does it say dwarf? That's for fall. Wando and Green Arrow, I'm almost positive, are the really big ones. Because shelling peas are life. Okay. I never grow enough to put any aside in the freezer. They all are in our bellies every day. It's a wonderful garden snack. My kids are addicted. I have passed that on to them. No shame. I was gonna swear. We're not swearing here. We are not doing that. So this isn't gonna fit in the box, but I know to plant peas. I'm never gonna forget about that. So I'm just banding them and setting them aside. The spring ones are together and the fall one is out. And I'm actually gonna just take my pen and write fall on it. And I might pick up more seed and plant more peas because, like I said, I could plant like an entire garden of peas and not have enough. It was 2 hours for the game. It's easy. So tell me about it. Tell me the process. What's the materials list here? Hello, BeltLoop29. What are you doing? See you all going to the farmer's co-op investing in some seeds. Peace out, Richard. See you around. Okay, Heaven's Fire. They don't get real big up here, but they're yummy. The watermelon. Yeah, so I picked out a watermelon. When we get to that, we'll see. Because, right, you have like only so many growing days. You're allergic to watermelon, Richard. Good to know. What zone am I in? So the USDA used to label me as 4B, but with the different weather, they took an average measurement of temperatures over X amount of years, and they're saying I'm 5A. So, what we're talking about for seeds is annuals, so zones don't matter, but it was a good question. Mike says, I've had zero luck growing watermelon in Minneapolis, but my dad did a lot in the 70s. I need his secret. Oh, but he passed decades ago. Wish we could find out the answer. Like, I don't want sugar baby. I don't want personal melon. I want melon, you know? And there's Amish that grow both like ruby red and a yellow sunshine, but they're not in my area. They drive it in. So, I mean, just that little bit of difference, extra heat. I think watermelons like heat, don't they? Okay, cheap one-ply toilet paper, toothpick, spray bottle with water. You're gonna put up a video, okay? Because we had looked it up. I don't remember what live it was, but we were looking up seed tape. And then tell me what seed you're putting in the tape. Is it carrots? What are we talking about here? You may try to grow a personal size watermelon. Okay, so for personal size melon, that's what I use for your like cantaloupe honeydew ones. Those are personal sizes because I'm like the only one, maybe one other person that would want to eat it. Where a watermelon, I know that if I cut that thing open, half of it's gone the day we cut it open, and then half of it's in the fridge. Black Diamond is what they grow. They were $20. What did I put? There was a stand. It was like a guy with a trailer and a truck, and it was Black Diamond watermelon. I think I paid 12. I think it was 12, and I would buy 2 at a time, and we'd eat one week, and then I'd still have that one for week 2 because I ain't gonna be driving around every week for stuff. He grew regular 20+ pound watermelons. You know, I heard, Mike, that the secret is sand. You did root veggies and greens. Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah, you should do a video. Kohlrabi, we did put some in our indoor seed starting. So maybe when we empty that, I can move it to April direct sow outdoors because that's a form of succession sowing. Transplanting something that's already 3 weeks ahead and direct sowing at the same time because you want to have that succession, that stagnant. Was that it for April outdoors so I can turn the calendar page? Because I'm not doing turnips and parsnips. That's when we'll put our onions outside that we started inside. I need to start them now, but I need to buy some. Turn the page. I'd say look at the time it takes to ripen and maybe try to find a way to extend the season. Yes. And, I don't know what I was going to say. And nothing. I don't have any more. Good grief, ain't no way I'm going to pay that much for watermelon, even if it was grown in gold. Well, they're pretty big. And they always taste way better from a stand than the grocery store. But yeah, if you have a limited budget, a $20 watermelon or $20 worth of other produce, yeah, that's what I heard is they like sand. So that's kind of my approach to this new bed that I'm creating. Okay, I turned the page to May. We have a new bin. We are doing only outdoor direct sowing. So, because the indoor stuff, I'm reading my calendar here. The indoor stuff I'm seeing is like not the fruits and veggie category, and we're not focusing on anything other than that right now. So, May, outdoors. May is the month of risk. May is the time that you practice patience because it could act like it's going to be spring and then you could get a foot of snow the next week and then you have to replant everything. So a big go by planting is Memorial Day weekend. And for some stuff, I still wait till June 1st because I ain't gonna waste my time and effort because we've gotten snowstorms the end of May. So for the list for May, we have transplanting outdoors the broccoli and cabbage that we started. It says direct sowing Swiss chard. Well, I don't think I have any. I think I do have Swiss chard, but it's in my microgreens box, which it's the same seed. I just have it separated. But I could write a note because I want to eat Swiss chard. I had someone grew it and I had it. I didn't understand how to eat it or use it, but it looks pretty. And if anything, I could grow it as a chop and drop, right? We can do that. Beans, corn, cucumbers, if the soil is 65 degrees. And I do take a temperature thermometer and put it in my soil to see if it's 65 degrees. Melons, pumpkins, squash, 65 degrees. And that we might not. We might was it when did we plant last year? May 15th? Did we have 65 degrees May 15th last year? Maybe. Calendula, oh, this is flower list. This whole bottom row. That's all flowers. We're not talking about that. Okay. So, beans. Chat. Where are we at here? I can eat a week on 20 bucks. Not great, but can. Yeah, I mean, if you had to, I know, I hear you. It's 12:45 there, heading to bed. Freeze drying soup tomorrow. Woo! Have a great night. Yes, thanks for stopping by. Freeze dry your soup safely. Maybe try starting early in home and transplant, but their roots are very fragile, so be careful transplanting them. 100% truth. They don't want their roots disturbed. But that is a wonderful method to get ahead of your growing season. You're getting in the truck so you can't type. Okay, drive safe. Okay, Andrew, let's go springtime fresh walrus and seal and ducks and geese and fresh wild eggs. The eggs, I bet, is what you're super excited about, right, Andrew? Remember to hit the like button. Heaven's fire, corn usually gets planted June 1st. No use trying to plant earlier than that. Exactly. Now, sidebar, somebody told me that they use corn for microgreens, and I was like, I've never heard of that before. And I have some old corn seed that we might try. I tried to grow popcorn last year, but we had some problems with that. And the field by me is going to be field corn this year, so probably won't be trying to grow popcorn because I don't want cross-pollination problems. Yep, 20. I didn't buy any. I did find some from a different place for 10, just a regular variety. Well, and it's such a gamble to get a watermelon and then it's not good and it's compost and you spent $10, $12, $20 on it. I normally plant outside like June 1st. I'm going to try things like peas. Yeah, peas are fine early. I've had snow on my peas and they were fine. If frost kills the stuff, I'll use it as fertilizer. Yeah, it feeds the soil. It doesn't mean you're bad gardener at all. Are these all the same? These are open. And they're duplicates. I'll show the one that's not open so I don't spill. So for dried beans, which I will always grow from now on, it was my first time this year doing it. These are a pole bean. They need trellising. It's a 1,500-year-old cave bean. And a good mother Stallard bean. And then for a green bean that's fresh, I do a bush variety. And this is Kalima. Another popular one around here is Blue Lake, number something. Blue Lake, you know what I'm talking about? Survival Savvy have no seeds. The Amish are 20 minutes away. They grow all my food. That is a wonderful business plan. I think that everyone should find that, right? Because options are wonderful. If someone knows how to do it, there's no sense in trying to outdo them. You got the cave beans, Mike? One of the cats just backed the stream up to the beginning. Well, good thing they have that nice button that you can click live. Yes, Survival Savvy, welcome to our seed organizing late night hangout. Unplanned. And then stuff happens and you grow your own. Well, I'm assuming the Amish still were selling during 2020. Okay. So I can just label this whole thing. So these might be planted the end of May, but for sure June. So I'm going to write May, June outdoors for that. Corn I'm not planting. Cucumbers, that's what we can talk about next. Because there's different purposes for cucumbers. Don't rely on one source. Mike, speaking the truth. Oh, I bet you I bought some. This doesn't feel like... Yeah, there's some seeds in here. This is a Market More 76 cucumber. So 8 to 9 inches long, slicing cuke. I like to harvest them, so if I cut it open, I can eat the whole thing. So I don't want the monsters, right? You know what I'm saying? This is called Richmond Green Apple. This is a cucumber grown for juicing. It's round. Now, normally when you see a round cucumber, you're like, well, that didn't work out right. But these are supposed to look like that. And they are delicious. And I juice them. Sashimi cucumbers are an Asian cucumber. They are long. And then unagi is a Asian cucumber that I also like to grow. I like to have a mixed variety. Itachi is an Asian white cucumber. Now I've grown 2 different white cucumbers. What were they called? One was called salt and pepper, for sure. I know that. And it's fun because you can see it on the vine. You know, green and green. Yes, we are trained to look for that, but the white on the green, you can really see. Oh yeah, there's cucumbers in here. Okay, we bought these because we knew we wanted them. Let's talk about these. Go through the old seed first, then the new seed. This cucumber is called homemade pickles. So you know what we're doing with that. Now I like to grow baby dill. Baby to dill. I don't really like slicing them. Is this tasty green? Yeah, it is. Tasty. I knew by the picture. Tasty green. Burpless. Non-bitter. Wonderful growing cucumber. And the Market More is your grower classic. But like I said, I don't let them get monstrous. I do like, they're called minis. I use cattle panel for trellises, and I love to grow my beans on the arch, and the cucumbers I've done on an arch, but I don't know if I have enough arches going in at the new garden. We have to do all new infrastructure, but I did buy everything already to do it, or if they'll just be in a row with cattle panel and T-posts. I'm going to put this in the one I already wrote on, because this one might be used for another month. We haven't done any fall planning yet. And I have to write /June, because it all depends on soil temps. You must check soil temps. There's a sugar bond pea stuffed in here. And it says fall. Whoops, that's not for spring. We're talking about spring. What else was on the list? Andrew says, only seeds I have 420 seeds. I don't know if they're still good. Had them forever. Maybe in April I'll throw them behind my shopper house to see if they naturally grow. You can do a germination test, but yeah, just throw them out. Plant them. When in doubt, plant them. Seeds just want to grow. Tammy says, I can't do much as I want anymore. I'm thankful for the farmer's market. Wonderful resource. Community supported agriculture is big, where you have a farm that weekly produces a mixed box of produce for what's in season, and you pay a fee up front. Like now, you would be signing up for it. You pay for the whole year, and you just have to go pick up your box. Melons, pumpkin, squash. Okay, we're going to talk about melons, pumpkin, squash, because we can plant those outside, not really always in May, but for sure June, so we're just going to talk about it. I got an Alibaba watermelon, and so this one can get up to 30 pounds, and I'm worried that I don't have enough growing days that are warm enough for this thing to even mature. But it sounds delicious, and we're going to try it. This is your Madhuha Raz. Did I say that right? Madhu Raz Rajasthan honey melon. A honey melon looks like that. This is a classic Minnesota midget muskmelon. So this is like your personal size muskmelon. And then this is also a personal size Kajari melon. So one's like a cantaloupe, one's like a honeydew. Here's the Minnesota midget picture again. So this has that orange flesh, the Kajari has the green flesh. So they have different flavor profiles, and they are delicious, and they smell like candy. And I know I have more watermelon because I bought one. Crimson Sweet, come on, is the one I was going to try because it's 85 days. So I feel like this is my chance, is this one right here, to get an actual watermelon that I can eat. And your soil temps need to be 70 to 90 degrees for these. So this is going to be June for sure. Unless for some reason we have some ridiculous heat wave the end of May. I know, just looking at them, I can't wait. I really hope I can really successfully produce some watermelons because I planted them not in the right spot. Oh, this marker's open. I don't want that open. That's dangerous. For squash, I have Burpee's butter bush. So it's a dwarf variety compared to like Waltham that's much bigger. The vine on this only reaches 3 feet long. So it's like for small space, right? That one I'm not. That one I'm not. This is honey nut. Nope. Yes. So it's like butternut. I showed it on my last live stream. It's a personal size, like this size, butternut squash. I have kabocha in here, cha-cha and sweet jade, but I don't think we're planting those. So they're not getting taken out. And then I think I have, sorry if that was loud, these. So we have, there's the honey nut. You can see it better now. That's what it looks like. Putting that in there. We'll plant the old seed first, and then I got backups. And then here's a pumpkin that I want to grow, Casperita, for the kids. Now I have other pumpkins that are passed down seeds from my family over the years that are in a bag in a freezer in an undisclosed location. I cannot show you those, but they're gray and pink and stackable or fat. They're just a mix. I was successful with growing pumpkins this last year. I found a really good spot on the property that they like to grow, so we're going to expand that spot. We're going to double it and then plant more. That is the plan, which means I need more wood chips. We're going to write June outdoors on those ones because they for sure need the heat. When in doubt, just wait. Just wait. When we're talking about spring. Did we get through all the spring? I bet you we did. And we can talk about fall. Let me look at my calendar. So, right, June, you're going to put the peppers and tomatoes outside. We're going to check on those ground cherries that hopefully will volunteer. We're going to, that's flowers. Cucumbers, squash, pumpkins, melons, gourds. For sure, all the flowers can be sown by that time in June. Definitely the sunflowers. So then we start succession planting. Like in June, I'll plant another round of lettuce and bush beans. So we're going to go to July, and this is where we start talking about fall. So I need a box that's empty, and I need to find some fall varieties. And we're doing July. Now, let's see here. That would be outside. That would be outside. I'm looking to see if there's anything that would grow in like a starter tray. Yes. Broccoli and cabbage for fall. And greens, Asian greens. We would seed. It doesn't have to be indoors, but it has to be like in a seed tray, which can be outside, to then transplant later. So how do I want to label this box? Because we have seed outdoors for fall, peas, lettuce, carrots. Let's do that. July outdoors. And these are varieties that grow quicker or they're grown for a storage purpose. Does that make sense? Let's see what we have. So this is where I said earlier that Iona pea, because it's a dwarf variety, shelling pea, petite, it's going to go quick. I don't have time for it to put up all the infrastructure. I just need it to grow. Lettuce, I don't think I have a separate lettuce for fall. So that would mean when I plant that lettuce, should we buy more lettuce? Oh, I have some right here, I think. So when I plant lettuce for fall, now this is going in July. So like in July, it's hot. So we want heat tolerant, but I also need to plant something that can withstand the cold in the fall, which I might be planting in cold in the fall. Yeah, cold in the fall, because winter doesn't start till December technically. I said that right. Ooh, when does this go? Oh, that's a direct sow for later. It was radishes. Okay, tennis ball I wrote for fall, but I'm not sure this is going in July yet, so I'm just going to put that over there. Little gem. It's in the fall box. Iceberg Crispino. So I bet you that makes a head. Here's some Marcellinova red. This is that pelleted seed again, like I showed earlier. So I do have some other packets for fall. That for sure can get planted. And then this is the green Selenova. There's no pretty picture, I'm sorry. But a lot of the market gardeners grow this type of lettuce. Do I put these in the July? Let's flip ahead and see if I plant. I have to plant lettuce again. Yeah, August. This is for August. When do we plant the radish? August. I'm just going to write that on this box. This is what we plant in August. Outdoors. To anticipate a fall harvest. Back to July. I don't think I have. Oh, I do have fall cabbage over here. I don't think I have any other broccoli. So I need to put in my shopping list, seeds to buy, a broccoli variety for fall. Because I have one in my spring and I might just use that same seed. I have to check my notes. The notes aren't in front of me. What was the other thing? Swiss chard, collard greens, mustard greens. So these were the fall cabbage for sure. Copenhagen market, it produces large heads and has storage abilities. And then the red acre, I would plant for fall. But that would be started in your seed starting trays to then transplant. So that actually doesn't go in the outdoors box. That's a different box, Shawnee. What am I doing? This is outdoors. This is saying this is the Cossack kohlrabi. This is for fall and it's grown for storage. And my calendar is telling me I can grow it starting in July outdoors direct sown. And then we would also add this to the list, but I betcha I start this in a seed tray. Golden acre, red acre, storage number 4, cabbage. See, secret, I have an egg roll addiction and that requires many amounts of cabbage and carrots and onions and pulled pork. Oh my. So I'm probably growing the cabbage just for that. I'm not huge on sauerkraut, but I would like to try to get into that. I would like to try to be a sauerkraut person. Oh, when there are seeds falling out, you turn them into microgreen seeds. I'll just make a pile because now they're loose everywhere and I don't know what they are. So we have to label this July, and I don't know if I should write indoors. The purpose of it isn't to start it indoors, it's to start it in a seed tray to transplant. So maybe I'll write indoors because I understand myself what that means. It's just me. I have not grown a really successful cabbage. The only cabbage I got to work last year was that Chinese cabbage, which is a different texture and use. You know, like it's not the right egg roll cabbage. I grew it because I wanted to make kimchi, which I didn't have all the ingredients for. Not everything I planted to make kimchi produced something. Timing was off, sabotage, the things that happen in gardening. So my goal is to actually grow a head of cabbage, at least in the spring or the fall, because I've never been successful. The other problem I have is that white moth, the cabbage moth. So I have to decide, am I investing in low hoops and netting, insect netting, and I'm just going to cover the broccoli and the cabbage in one row? Am I buying a frost cloth too while we're at it? Like, I haven't invested in those items, but I've really contemplated it because, yes, there are organic ways to put a solution that you've made yourself to get them off of the plants, the green caterpillars. There's hand picking. My garden isn't where I live. I am borrowing land, somebody else's place, and gardening there. So I am not guaranteed to be there every day to handpick caterpillars off. So I have to decide if I'm going to invest in some kind of insect netting, which I probably will. I just haven't decided where and how and what. Like, where am I going to get it from? GT Junior Grows at Alaska. Hello. We are trying to organize seeds. And we've done all of the spring seeds. So what I do is I write the month and then does it go indoors and then outdoors. And I have my calendar that tells me what's going on each month. Once you built your calendar once, it's the same every year. You just adjust it. So far we've got the July outdoors, the July indoors, which doesn't mean indoors. It just means in a seed starting thing to be transplanted later. And August outdoors. We might have that finished. I have to read the list again. And then we have a notebook for seeds we still need to buy, which is onions, more broccoli, some kamatsuna, shishito peppers, jalapeno peppers, Swiss chard are on my why didn't you buy that already, lady list. Seeds. Yes, I'm trying to show. Not all of them have pretty pictures, but we're talking about the names at least. Tammy says, I love cabbage, but don't like kraut either. Yes, you love boiled dinner with it, egg rolls, and coleslaw. What was that other thing? Oh, have you had like cabbage steak? I did that and I really liked it, but it doesn't make good leftovers. It's like one of those foods that you need to just eat it all fresh because when you put it in the fridge and reheat it, it's not. Just don't do that, okay? Okay, we're not growing that. What's in here? I gotta read what's in that. Mystery. So I'm putting them back in their case holder in the month order with the labels up so I can see. Because then when I'm very busy in my life and I know I have an hour to garden, I just grab April outdoor. Okay, we're going to the offsite garden. I have a caddy that I keep my tools in that I take with me in my van since I don't live there. But I am going to keep some big tools there. My birthday's coming up, so we're going to ask for some gardening stuff, right? Oh, what is this? This is empty. It's Lillian's caseload peas, which is a shelling pea that would be planted in the fall, it says, but there's nothing in there. Here is some daikon radish. It's called Japanese minnoways daikon. This would be planted in the fall in August. So that needs to go in that August outdoors box. Here is some Narvik carrots, but this is pelleted seed. And then Mike just told me that awful story about he's finding pelleted carrot seed in his garden bed 3 years later that never unpelleted itself. Like, what? That makes me very nervous. This is a golden nugget carrot is the name. And see how things are dirty? These are old seeds. They have been in the field and back, okay? These were from test date 2022. Well, we're going to throw them in the ground in 25 in the fall. I do not have a greenhouse, GT. I don't even know what I would do with myself if I had a greenhouse. Tammy, no, I have never tried cabbage steak. Okay, so you cut it like a thick chunk so it's all together, and then you put it in the oven and you roast it with oil, like avocado oil, salt, pepper, for a certain amount of time. I don't remember temperature or time, but like Google cabbage steak, and then it comes out like that. Okay, beets. I do have beets in the list. What month was that, everybody that was paying attention? Planting beets outdoors in April. And the beet growing list is, I do Cylindra. Let me take that off. I do Cylindra beets, which is this one, for juicing purposes. I do bull's blood beet because I would like to grill it. Otherwise, I boil it, get the skin off it, dice it, and bake it and roast it so it's like candy. And then the gourmet blend is really pretty. I know the golden beets are delicious. I've had those. So this blend is Detroit dark red. Chigoia is the where the interior rings are bright pink. And then golden is that flesh that is, like it says, is golden yellow. Those are sweeter and less dirt tasting than like a bull's blood. And so I do plant those in April, and then I plant them again. What did I say? Oh, here, August. So I don't have an extra beet to stick in like an August box, but I make a note on my notebook here. I might have to buy more beet seeds is why I'm going to make a note. So beets for fall. Because they store pretty decently in the fall. I can have them in the fridge. There's other ways to do it, but that's the only way I've tried is the fridge. So I might have to order some more just to have some in the fall because we might eat all these. Or I'll just move these to the fall planting after April. But why do you think they haven't grown a bulb in the garden? Do you think it's just a sun issue, a nutrient issue? Because yeah, I have had them form. You could multi-sow them where you sow 3 close to each other and you just harvest one at a time. Richard, I grew red cabbage and made kimchi. Gave the recipe to some friends. 3 months later, I was asked, how long must it ferment before it turns red? Yeah, most years we can plant in April if it's stuff that can be in the frost. So like what I'm looking for, which we're going to go over all this when I do my live about planting a garden. This is like the pre-game for that. I need soil temps to be 55, and I do take the temperature with a thermometer in the dirt. There's also a website that I can go to that tells me like average temps for a certain zone of the state, but I like the temperature taker thermometer myself because my elevated mounded raised bed gardening style that I was doing here, they would read warm much sooner than just in ground, level with ground, out at the offsite garden. 2 different temperatures, 2 different like weeks apart of when I could actually get a seed in the ground that would germinate, because you risk planting too early, it rotting. Good ideas you're giving me for things to plant. Have a good night. Nice to meet you. See you, Survival Savvy. Sugar beets, have you grown them? No, but you and I talked about sugar beets, just in the like, what do you do with it to make a sugar? And contemplating if I should grow some. You got yours. I'm pretty sure you have some, and you got them from Baker's Creek, the rare seeds. Let's just make a note, sugar beets. The way we do our sugar around here is, a honey or a maple syrup for a sweetener. But if I can grow something and turn it into sugar. GT says, I think it was a timing issue why I can't get them to bulb. That could be, yeah. Definitely. Beets are kind of one of those things that you can succession sow. So, I mean, you could plant them every single month up until the latest month would be probably August, maybe September. No, I'd say August. Plant them June, July, August, and see which one takes, Tammy says, I can. Pickled beets for my husband, but I'm not a fan of them. I don't think I'm a fan of them either. I've been looking powdered beets to sneak in because they're so good for you. Mm-hmm. They're pretty too, like dried beet powder for smoothies. Mm-hmm. Beets in salads, I've heard a lot about. But yeah, juicing, grilling, roasting. I don't think I'm even gonna try pickling them because I've seen them like on a buffet, and I don't go for them. And I know a lot of older people that are like, I gotta have it with every meal. I don't know when to plant these, you guys. They're the fava beans, the broad Windsor broad bean thing. And I planted them, I don't know when. Does it tell me in here when I planted them last year? They didn't produce a bean for me. So what month should I put these in? Wonder if I planted them in August and it wasn't enough time. Because I thought they could withstand cool weather. So that's why I waited till later to plant them. Yes, and to make red for food coloring instead of red dye or whatever. Yeah, I've used it to dye the Easter eggs. I can't remember what all the options are that we use for Easter eggs, but it's a completely like different process than when you buy the dye kits. Because yes, anything to eliminate dye. You can grow a dye garden, things specifically to make dye from, which we talked about in a previous live where we spoke about themed gardens. So I wonder if I should put these in July. Outdoors July. Should we try that for the fava beans? Because I don't know. I messed it all up before. I feel like we're missing stuff here. What was this? What is this? Carrots and radish. August. August outdoors. That's this one. Lettuce. So our grow to seed to buy list is pretty short, but important still. Size doesn't matter. Gear, are you still here to look at marigolds and zinnias with me, or should I just put it all away right now? Looking at the piles here, what is all this? Stuff I'm not growing. This is herbs, and we're not talking about that. Oh, these carrots were for fall. What are these doing over here? These are all carrots for fall. Did I talk about these? Oh, we have loose carrots. We're just going to dump them into the bottom of that, and we'll grow them. Broadcast them. So I showed Kuroda and Kyoto Red already. I'm going to plant these in the fall. Which means when? When does fall? Was it July time? I betcha, because I don't see it in August. July. I gotta shove it in the July box. Valerio is a storage carrot that I should grow in the fall. And I'm hoping July is when I should do that. Is there anything in here? Yeah, a little bit. Red cord chantenay. I'm going to grow in the fall. Because again, I'm a carrot loving family and they store so well. And I had people asking me to buy my carrots for soup season, so I have to like increase carrot production times 5. You know what I mean? Well, I think we can squeeze them in here. Of course, Gear's here. All right. Carrots, GT. You weren't here. Well, maybe you were and you were just listening. I accidentally bought 10 million carrot seeds last year and I still have some. And so I showed the bag and it's not even that big, but I still have some in there. And I'm going to do a method where you put the carrots in a cooled cornstarch slurry and you put it in a baggie like a frosting, like you're going to frost a cake, and you do that down the row. You frost the row with carrot and it gives you really good spacing. And then I use the board method to keep them, it's probably loud, I shouldn't play with that, to keep them moist and to germinate. Once they germinate, you take the board off because then they can get to the light. I plan to add 4 new garden beds this year. Woo! Expansion every year is until you're maxed out, okay? So, new garden beds. Can you explain, or is it a secret, what you're thinking of shape, size, flavor for garden bed? Tammy says, my seeds are all mixed up in one big plastic bin. It's okay. I'm trying to be organized. So here's what we've done tonight. They all have what month they go in and where, if it's indoor or outdoor. Just for fruits and veggies, though. I'm looking at tons of seeds still, and it's because it's for flowers. But I think I'll talk about marigolds and zinnias, which I would direct sow in June or end of May if it's looking like it's gonna not snow, because it could snow. We've had it snow. I had my Jeep totaled because of a May snowstorm. I had owned it for maybe one payment. So, I mean, that loan got paid from that. Thanks, Tammy. Okay, so hold on a second. Let me look for something here. Whoops. Not what I wanted. There it is. Back to the bottom. Carrots are difficult to plant. The seeds are too small. My dad says mix the seeds with sand. Carrots like sand. Yes, they do. And thin your carrots. I started with 3 containers, says Gear. Then added some more. 16 5-gallon buckets and 35 4-gallon containers later. It's amazing, the gardening funness. I was going to look for those seeds too. I think you've seen these already though, Gear. These are marigolds, sunflowers. These are zinnias. That's a zinnia. That's a zinnia. GT says metal garden beds. Got them on sale. $57 for 2 8x4 foot, 12 inches tall. Okay, I like that. Are they going to be... Do you have them planned already in your head, like what you're putting in them? Are you that far ahead yet? I have not wrote anything out for how, like, the bird's eye view of the garden. I don't have a clue yet. Can't forget the mineral tub either. Yes, Jeep life. I can't have a Jeep now, though, because of my kids. So let's do zinnia's show. This is a key lime pie zinnia. So it has white and green, which is a little odd for flowers, but there's a theme here. Let's see if you can figure it out. This is giant purple. So usually I have Benary's giants, and I'm thinking this is like that because they produce a very large flower head. So normally zinnias are like a quarter, and these are this big, like a muffin. I don't know. Is that a good? It's late, okay? Give me a break. California Giant Blend has these colors, okay? Has anyone figured out the theme yet? Here's what I mean by Benary's Giant. That's how you spell it. Benary's Giant Blend. Now, cut flower farmers don't grow blends. They grow blocks of single colors, but I am not a professional cut flower farmer. I just want to make some bouquets. Did anyone figure out the theme for the zinnias? What is the purpose? What do you think I'm going to do? Miss Sharon, I found Mophie's metal raised beds on the online A-store for $17. I wish I'd gotten more than 4 of them. They are so popular, the metal raised beds. I don't have any. I think it's something that I'll have to do at some point because gardening with aging, right? Make dyes? Okay, good guess. Nope. Gears closer. Make bouquets? Correct. Rainbow bouquets. I want rainbow bouquets. Okay? That's why we have all the colors. Hopefully. And then here's the marigold show. We've got, is this Cracker Jack? Yeah, Cracker Jack. Big fat heads. Orange and yellow. African. It says African Cracker Jack. This is the French favorite. Completely different flower. Completely different. My kids love to take marigolds and color on their skin with them, and it kind of helps keep bugs away from you in a sense. They do have a strong smell. So this is actually calendula, but it has the name of pot marigold Pacific Beauty Blend, so I'm going to show it. But these reseed themselves just like the marigolds do very easily. They make a big seed head. They're cut and keep growing, cut and come again type of flower. They actually lasted for a very long time in the cold. Like we had a frost and they weren't all dead yet. The marigolds were, but not this calendula. And you can use calendula to make an infused oil to make a skin salve. Marigolds! I bet you have the clown ones. Isn't that a name of a marigold, Gear? Button heads. Oh, marigolds are beautiful, says Gear. I want tall ones and small ones, and people put them in bouquets, which I didn't realize. I feel like these were in separate piles. Okay, here. That's because the marigolds are with the bug pest deterring pile, and these are in the cut flower pile. Yes, that's what I did. Keep it organized, everybody. What are the strawberry? See, now I might be able to get on the Google because I feel like I'm done with the veggies and fruits, and I'm not opening the flowers. I'm just not doing it. And we're not starting herbs inside either. We're going to just broadcast those direct sown style, and they're in their own home. I could show them to you, I suppose. Would you like to see them? I feel like I'm not done, but I'm done. It looks like I'm done. I don't know. It's a strange feeling. Okay, I have to look up strawberry blonde marigolds. Well, if the clown marigold are the jolly jesters, yes. That's why I said clown, I betcha. That makes sense in my brain, the jester thing. Did you like them? Did you think they were cute? Well, you said all marigolds are cute, so maybe I shouldn't ask for your... Okay, let's type that in. What is this sticky note? Oh, it goes back over there. What is this sticky note? It doesn't have a home. Strawberry. My keyboard's in the wrong place because I'm doing all this stuff on my desk. Is it pink? I'm guessing. Are they red? Are they pink? They're a mix? Who should we click on? Burpees? Urban Farmer? I think he has a better package picture. Is there a bigger way to get this? Okay, I'll share. Whoa, it's asking me stuff. Don't ask me stuff. And present. These are beautiful. Why don't I have these? Shall we write them down? Are these new? Like, well, how do I don't know about these? Where did you buy yours from? This is from a place called, I don't remember now. Hold on. UF Seeds. Is this Urban Farmer? I think I've grown Sparky Mix, French marigolds, and the petite ones. Okay, let's see here. Burpee. Yeah, Burpee was on here. I'm just trying to figure out if they would be local or if I should order them in. Oh, Anne's place. Hello. Oh, all the beautiful people. We're at the end of the project. I can't continue on any longer. Here's what we did. I took my seeds for fruits and vegetables, and I labeled the month that seed's supposed to get planted and if it's getting started indoors or direct sown outdoors. And that's not the flowers. I still have a whole nother bin of random floweries, and I have all the herbs. That might be something I can show you still. These are all flowers because we have goals this year. And a lot of it is just direct sown, but some of them it's like, hey, 4 weeks before your frost, you should like cold stratify me. Or, hey, you should start me indoors if you want a harvest because of your amount of growing days, you know. I have strawberry Sunday hydrangeas. That might be happening for me. Let me look that up. What? Is it the tree or the bush? Because I have a spot that might need a plant. And now I'm excited because this might work. Wait. Tammy, what zone are you? Because I don't want this to die in the winter. Like, I want it to hibernate and come back. And where did you get it from? Which one should I click on? Because it looks marvelous. Hardiness zone 4 to 8. Well, that's me. Okay, let's see here. So good to see you, Anne. I hope you feel better. I'm sure by now you do. Let's look at this. Boom. Strawberry Sunday hydrangea. I'm just going to look at it quietly here. Oh, I love it so much. I have a campfire pink rose. Okay, just hear me out. It's right here, and I'm building an arbor here, and it's going to have grapes and winter hardy kiwi. And then here, I'm pretty sure the thing that's there is not going to make it. It looked like it was dead before winter even came. This would be perfect there. Can it be in full sun? Tell me what you know. It says full sun, partial shade on this website. Where do I buy it? Do I just order it in, or do you think my local nursery would have it? I have to have this plant. Oh, thanks, Anne. Yeah, some people. Oh, I should do the poll, guys. Did you answer the poll? Richard says, my first car was a VW Golf bought with cash on a Saturday morning. Stolen Sunday morning? Then I bought a Milsurp Land Rover in camouflage, drove a Nissan truck for 12 years. Now a Isuzu, is that how you say that? Isuzu? Pickup, 10-year. Vehicle stories, man. Kilimanjaro or Eskimo are beautiful white marigolds. I was gonna get, I was gonna get a white marigold. But then I got a white zinnia. Gear, do I need a white marigold? Which one should I get? I want nice bouquets. Is there one that makes better? You probably don't cut yours. You probably leave them. in the ground. I wrote it down. It's the bush kind. Perfect. That's what I need. Okay. I'm getting there. Just a lingering little cough left. Okay. I mean, there's people that'll have coughs for 4 months. So as long as your energy's better and you can eat, we're good. South Central Minnesota, and you got it at Lowe's? I need this plant. That means it will survive. I'm in Minnesota as well. Do you have content, Tammy, on your? Is there a channel situation that I forgot? Let's see here. I think I can do it on this side. You don't have any content. Okay. Maybe I did this already then. Where are those? Oh man, I don't know what you were talking about, GT. White zinnias are just as beautiful. Yeah, I have the white zinnias. But now I'm like, do I grow a mix of white? Because all white bouquets aren't super popular, and I'm not doing wedding flowers. But Kilimanjaro is a mountain-long walk to the top of Uru. Yes. Thanks for looking for the seeds for the flowers. Yes. You got your appetite bag 100 plus plus. I need a meal plan. Can't stop eating. Yeah, you got to make up for all the lost calories. Snacky, snacky, snacky. We're on a strict budget again for food. So the strawberry sundae. Strawberry sundae hydrangea. So that would be you buy the rooted plant. And she got hers at Lowe's. So I'm wondering if I could get it in my local nursery. Otherwise, I'll order it in. So you would Google strawberry sundae hydrangea and it would come in a potted rooted plant. And then you would plant it out when it's safe. I don't think you would. Yeah, rooted plant. Because the other thing we looked at was the strawberry blonde marigold, and that would be a seed. So how much space do you need for that hydrangea? Is it like, I think it's 4 feet by 5 feet is what you would need. Do you have that much space? Maybe in your front? It said full sun, and it said zone 4, and it looks amazing. Usually, like back to this comment, when I bought my campfire roses, I bought them at Home Depot, and it was at the end of the year, and so it was like 75% off. And then I kept it in its container for a whole year because I didn't want to put it in the ground here, and I put it in the ground at the offsite garden. And so I'm hoping it comes back, and it's supposed to. It's for zone 3, I think, the campfire rose. Okay, GT says he's got the space. All right. A curb appeal, winky face. I love it. I am so happy that she told me about that. Okay, quickly, I could show the herbs I want to grow, possibly, if y'all have time. How long have I been? Oh, it's almost been 2 hours. I need to go to bed. Okay. Borage. I think I might put that in my food forest. Basil, the Everleaf Emerald Tower basil, the Tulsi Holy Basil. Some of these I can let the basil go to seed and make the flower and then go to seed to put in bouquets. Some of it you can use for tea. Some of it you can use for pasta. This is the purple Petra. Oh my god, quickly. I know. Thank you. Hit the like button. Yes. Subscribe. We're going to do an actual garden planning live. I've been prepping for it, and I was like, I got to get these seeds sorted. Chamomile. I want a field of chamomile. Come on, guys. Cilantro. I was told to just plant some every week because it's going to bolt at some point. Dill. This is the more ferny dill. Now you can grow dill that'll go to seed head for your pickling purposes, but I wanted the ferny fronny one. That's a blend of something you've already seen. You've already seen that. Common oregano, I would like to get perennialized in my food forest, grocery row garden area. Thyme, I would like to get perennialized if it can do that where I live. This isn't a picture, but it's lemon balm, which is in the mint family, and I'm borderline like wanting to just plant it in the ground and let it take over an area, because how can you not have, I mean, it's lemon balm. This is some garlic chives. I have chives planted out there already. We're going to see if they come back. Parsley, I need to get established out there because in my home I'm in now, it's in the ground all winter long. At some point, yes, it does go back, and then as soon as it gets warm, it's right out there. It's a biennial, so the second year it does shoot up a flower, which is gorgeous, and make more seeds. And all around it, it still has leaves forming. So you just keep harvesting it. Did I show? This is common oregano. I don't know which one I showed. If the other one was not common or not. And then another pack of lemon balm. Oh, there's little baby seeds in here. Look how I can't show you how tiny you're not gonna be able to see them. I don't know what those are for. This is too big of a packet. I got a big packet of cilantro because I was told it makes a good microgreen, which I mean any seed makes a good microgreen, but the flavor, I was like, huh, I might have to try that. So that's that one. We're definitely not talking about any more flowers. What flowers can I plant under the trees that won't mind not getting? Let me read it over here. What flowers can I plant under the trees that won't mind not getting loads of sun? So you're looking for a shade flower under a tree? Is that what you're saying? And then what month do you want it to make a flower? Because what I plant under trees is a bulb in the fall for it to flower in the spring. So that would be daffodils, tulips, hyacinth, crocus, snowdrops. Gladiolas you plant in the spring and they shoot up a flower in the summer. Lilies you plant in the fall and they shoot up a flower in the summer. Irises, when do they come up? Spring or summer? They're all bulbs. Are you looking for a bulb or a seed? Okay, Tammy. Mills Fleet Farm carried regular hydrangea last year and the white snowball variety as well, but heads up, they're poisonous to dogs. The hydrangea is poisonous to dogs? Well, I have a dog, but he lives with me. I don't live there, and he does go there, but he's never ate a flower before. And he would not be fenced there. He would just be, he runs in the field when he's there. He doesn't care about anything that I'm doing. But that is important to know, and especially with people who are giving bouquets, sometimes they'll put a sticker on it that says this bouquet has plants that are toxic, because you need to know. Okay. I mean, I could research for turkey what would work, because I have no clue if what I just said would work over there, because I don't understand. I only understand me and this and here. I don't, Okay, if he isn't interested in them, then it's probably okay. Yeah, he's never ever. He's, 10? Is he 10? I think he's 8. He's an older dog. So, like, if I started over and had a puppy, you teach him not to do that kind of thing. And did you hear the ones I said, or should I type them? Or should I do research and we talk about it? Maybe I'll use the research. You don't understand half the lingo? I get it. So we want a shade flower under a tree. So like for here in my area, we can't plant a lot of stuff around a walnut tree, a black walnut tree. There are things that will live around it that can tolerate the toxicity level that that tree has. Um, I'm going to assume the tree you're planting around doesn't have toxicity. Do you want to tell me what the tree is called? Because that could be added to the search. And that you're looking for seeds or bulbs. And then are you looking for perennial stuff that's just going to come back every year? You plant it one time. Are you looking for an annual that you're going to have to put in the ground and then hope that it self-seeds itself, or just plant it every year? Do you care what month it blooms? It's a pine, persimmon, and an olive. I can look it up. Not right now, but I can look it up. I'll see you around. It doesn't matter. Okay. You just want to beautify it up. Yeah, flowers do well under trees. They help each other out, usually. Okay, let's see. What else do I have over here? So we talked about the supplies that I needed for what I was doing. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe for more gardening chats. Like I said, we're gonna plan out a garden in a live stream. I've been working on it behind the scenes. I don't have any descriptions in the whoa. I don't have any links in the description at this time because I just threw this live together in 15 minutes. Um, I might be able to look up seed companies and the storage container I'm using and put that in the description. So if you're on Team Replay, it might be in there by the time you see this. Be patient with me. I'm a mother. And then don't forget to grow every day in every way to learn as you grow. I've got to get to bed, you guys. Okay, so it was really good hanging out with you. Thank you for helping me. Goodbye. Good night.